Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Matt K. I'm going to answer another question today. For those of you that are new to the channel, what I do is I look at questions submitted by normal folks like you, either on Trailhead or Reddit or Stack Overflow. Sometimes they're sent directly to us at quick2.click/Q&A. They're questions about Salesforce. They're not questions on how to do Trailhead modules. We don't answer those, but we will answer questions on how to do things on Salesforce that you need help with. Totally free, no preparation, no editing to these videos. You get to see what it's like a day in the life of a consultant who gets asked a question and has to answer it on the spot. And that's what I do. So welcome. Today we have a question. Let's go ahead and pull it up right there. Question on Trailhead, asking about using a flow to update a list of cases. I thought this was a great question that I just found right before I hit record. So we're going to attempt to do that today. Before I begin, though, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified. I try to do one of these every week. I did fall a little behind, and what would really help me catch up is being able to justify spending more time on these videos. One way I justify it is by the number of subscribers that we have. So if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. If you're new, please hit it so that I can make more videos and catch up. I'd like to do at least one a week. So that'd be like 52 for the year. And if I can exceed that, even better. I need you to help me make that happen. All right, so let's jump in. We'll review this question. You see it was just submitted today. And they're looking for a button that closes all selected cases in a case list view. Okay, so I've done stuff like this before. I think I can handle it. Over the years I've been watching these videos, I've gotten better at Flow. I will admit that as a developer, I often will jump to code. But rule number one of Salesforce development is if you can do it with point and click or declarative tools, you should, and not use code. So I have been getting better at using Flow. I like it a lot. So we want to be able to, this is great because the requirements are listed here really well. I appreciate this person writing this out. We want to be able to select multiple cases, click a button, and it should update the status of those cases to closed. Then they want a confirmation message to be displayed, indicating that all selected cases have been successfully closed. That might be a little tricky, but I think we can figure something out. And users must be required to provide a justification for closing multiple cases as a mandatory field. Okay, that I think is doable. I'm debating whether to read the second part or not. I like to know all my requirements ahead of time. So let's go ahead and see what it says here. The second part says, a standard button inside the case record to close the case using a screen flow because, interesting. Okay, I guess he doesn't need help with the second one. So let's just jump into the first part. Okay, like I said, these videos are unedited. So don't be surprised if you see me do something and then undo it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the cases tab, make sure we have some cases. And by the way, safe harbor, always make changes in a safe environment like a sandbox or Trailhead playground or developer org. Don't make changes directly to production. Not a good idea. All right, so I have a bunch of closed cases already. I don't have any open. Oh, I'm on a view called all closed cases. That would do it. Okay, so I do have some closed cases here. I don't have a button at the top that says closed cases. Did he say what he wants the button to say, to be labeled? No, okay. Let's jump to setup. And we'll click on flows. And since it's a button that's going to be clicked, this is going to need to be a screen flow. I'm going to go ahead and start from scratch. Let me just make sure there's no new options here that could somehow do what we want. No, okay. So screen flow. Now the trick to doing screen flows where it's on a list view is we have to create a new resource. And I'm going off of memory here. I believe the resource is called IDs, all lowercase. I'm going to set this to the type of being a record that allows multiple values, and that'll allow it to be passed in. And the object in this case is going to be case, and it's available for input. I believe it's IDs and not record IDs. We'll find out soon. I'm going to hit done. And what I'm going to do is just create a screen here called Are You Sure? Because I really like to give people the chance to say no when they're about to do something. And so I'm going to say, Are you sure is the name of this. And what I want to do is maybe display some text about this IDs that we just got. But I'm trying to think, how could, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating a screen where we're going to show the IDs that got passed in. Let's fix this one error. The error is right there. Display IDs. Okay. And we'll hit done. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're going to test this out before we go any further. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to activate this. And what I'm going to do is click this little gear, and I get the name of it is closed cases. And now I just happen to know this, right? And so there are a lot of things that got stuck in my head. This is one of them. We can go to the case object, and there's, I think, multiple ways to do this. But I'm going to create a new. Ooh, do I want to create a new action? I think I want to create a new button. But let me see if there's any options here under new actions. Oh, look at that. But is this going to pass in? No, this won't be a list view button. So I don't want it to be this one. I'm gonna back out. See, I told you. New button. Yes, this is what I want to do. I'm going to click a new button, and I need it to be a list view button, not a button that shows up on a single case. So there we go, and I'm going to call this close cases plural, and it's a list view button right there. We're going to display checkboxes yes, and then I believe I can do this. Let me get that to be lowercase. I think that might be it. I'm going off of memory here. We'll fix it. And then if needed. But let's try close cases. Now I got to get this to show up on the page. So here's list view button layout, and I'm gonna edit this, and I'm gonna just get rid of all these list view buttons that I don't need. Oh wait, there's a mask close, but it wouldn't ask for a reason. So that's the standard one, right? That's not what we want. List view actions and lightning experience. Well, wait a minute. And change status is one of them. Have I done this before? Well, maybe it is possible to use a list view action then. I'm going to do that. I just want to see. Okay, and now I'm going to come back here. No, I want to look at my actions is what I want to do, because I have one called change status. I've done this before. Apparently someone asked a similar question a long time ago. I don't remember the video. Now this one doesn't use a flow though. What this action does is it's just, I wonder if this might not work on bulk though. Does it? Let's try it out. Let's come back here and refresh. If I click two of these and I hit change status, no, see, this is not what we want. You can see here, I'm just editing one, so no, not going to work for me. Sorry. I'm going to instead click two and hit my close cases, and let's see what happens. So we're waiting. Oh no, an unhandled fault has occurred in this flow. What kind of fault happened? There's nothing in the flow. Let's that's weird. Let's come back here and try to figure out what it could be. There's really not much in this flow. Let's do this, done. And let's save as a new version and save it. So now there's really nothing going on, right? And I'm just going to refresh and we'll see what happens. Oh, interesting. So even that didn't work. Did I activate it? I didn't activate it. That would do it. Okay. Let's try that one more time. So it should just say hello. Okay. So it does say hello. That's great. So the issue was I was trying to display the IDs, and it's giving me a hard time about that for some reason. Let's change this up then. I really did want to see it though, but maybe that's not the right way to do it by inserting a resource. What else could I do? We could do a data table and use IDs as the data, and we're going to show multiple rows, and the columns we're going to just show the, oh, did I specified a record ID instead of a string, didn't I? That might be the issue. I think that might work too. Sometimes I do things because like I read it somewhere a long time ago. Let's try this out and activate it. And if not, I'm going to switch it to be a string because I think when I used to do this a long time ago, it had to be a string. Maybe not anymore. I don't know. No. Okay. Definitely a problem. Okay, so let's come back here. Now, I could also do the search. I'm sure we could figure out. But yes, I did this as a record ID collection. I believe I should have done it as a text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. And then I'm going to come here and I'm actually going to delete my, you know what I really should do? I should probably start all over. Because sometimes you can't use the same name. I got to save it first. Save it as a new version, save. Okay, let's try now. Maybe it'll work. Okay, and we want a variable. We want it to be IDs. We want it to be data type of text, not record. Allow multiple values. Allow it to be input. Hit done. And then we're going to come back here and display the list of IDs right there. Done. Save. Activate. Let's try this out. 1, 2, close cases. Very good. So you can see here we have an array or a list. IDs are in there. Cool. Let's go back to our requirements. Okay, so multiple cases can be selected. Those case IDs are not passed in. That's great. When the button is clicked, all selected cases should have their status updated to close. A confirmation message should be displayed, indicating that all selected cases have been successfully closed. Users must be required. Users must be required to provide a justification for closing all cases as a mandatory field. Okay, so it's kind of weird the order that that's given in, because obviously this mandatory field is going to be here. So this is going to be the case reason or close reason. Let's call it close reason. Close reason. We want an input. What kind of input is it? Is it just text? Maybe it's just text. He didn't say, did he? It's going to be required. This we can get rid of. Delete. Okay. Oh, wait, down there. Where? Oh, it was it. Maybe it was at the top. Okay, done. Okay, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Save as new version. Save. Actually, I could have just done this. Perfect. Okay, and I can type stuff in there. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to have to do an update. So what we want to do is we're going to have to do an update of records, but before I update the records, I have to get the records or create them, right? Compile them. So let's see, I could do this a couple different ways. I could just do a get, like that. We're going to say where ID in IDs. Okay, that sounds good. Actually, I don't need to get all the fields, but that's okay. All records. Save. And then let's see if we can do this. So we want to get cases from case IDs. Oh, wait, we can do it this way. Yes, I knew there was another way to do it. Okay, case where the ID is equal to IDs or in IDs. And then we're going to set a value. The status status is equal to closed. And I don't know if I have a status reason on this org. I should have probably created it ahead of time. What I'm going to do for the case of this example only is put it in there. Okay, let me clean this up so I don't need this anymore. And so here's what we have. We have our screen. Let me save this. 1 second. Okay, it's saved. We have our screen where I am going to ask, hey, why are we closing these cases? And then we're going to do an update. And an update is going to automatically get the cases that were passed in, set the status to closed, and then for this particular example, they wanted, I think, a close reason field. It doesn't really say, but I'm just putting it in the description for now. So I think this will work. I'm going to go ahead and save a new version. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to activate it. And that should work, I think. So we're going to come back here. I'm going to refresh just to make sure I have the latest. We're going to check 1 box, 2 box, and hit this close cases button. Close reason to test out a flow. Hit next. Oh, that didn't work. What happened? Did I activated it, right? Yeah, I did. Wait a minute. It did work. Check it out. First of all, I did not test that well because I should open these cases separately so I have them, right? Here's what happened. I think it closed the cases. In fact, we can come here and go to all closed cases, and let's edit this list view and show the last modified date time. I just need the date time. No one else is in this org. And what we'll see, yeah, that's today's date. Yeah, there we go. No clock on the screen. Just take my word for it. That's right now. These were the 2 that I closed. Okay, so what happened? The flow ran, and when it was done, it just ran again because that's what flows do. So the question is, how do I get it to go, away from this? And that's a good question that off the top of my head, I don't know if I remember. Oh, he wanted something though. Wait a minute. He actually wanted a little message. So let's put that little message, right? He wanted a message, a confirmation message, indicating that the success and have been successfully closed. Okay. So let's do that because that'll actually help. And then what I'm going to do here is text, display text. So let's do, okay, how do we want to do this? I'm going to just do this messy for now. Like that. Okay, that's not great because ideally it would be a number, something that is nicer, but to get a number, I'd have to do more work. So we're going to hit done. Let's go ahead and do a save as new version and save. Okay. Let's come back here. I'm going to refresh. Okay, 34 and 33. 34 and 33. Close reason. Test number 2. Oh, what happened? What did happen? I got an email saying what the issue is. The issue is the IDs variable was set with incompatible data type. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's come back to the flow and let's just edit this and not have this like that. We'll say your cases, your selected cases. Okay. And now we're going to save as new version, save and activate. Okay. And let's come back here. 33 and 34. 33 and 34. Test number 3. Whoa. Oh, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. Okay, my email says owner ID cannot be blank. I wonder if there's some, maybe there's something wrong with, yeah, there you go. It's owned by new case queue. Let's try 32 and 31. And then we can figure out how to fix that, but that's okay. So 32, 31. This is the one we're doing. Test number, what are we on, 4? Next. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then I can hit finish, but finish is going to restart it. So that's what's happening there. So high level, this is done. We did enough. Ideally, we don't restart that flow. So I have to remember how to get the flow to like jump out, which I don't remember off the top of my head. But what I can do is look for a flow that I created before, and maybe I can figure it out without having to do a search. So I created that flow before called, in some other video, that was called, what was it called? It was like change status or something, wasn't it? Oh, that wasn't a flow. That's right. That wasn't a flow. Let's see if I have any other flows. But yeah, I need to find a way to get out of the flow. Show me the leads. No. Okay, I may have to search for this one. Let me hit this gear again and just see if there's anything in here. Progress indicator. Sure, that's fine. Original flow, no. Overrideable, no. Cancel. Let's go and see here if there's any options for things we can do. No, we could do a link. So here's something that I sometimes do. Let's do this. Well, first, let's see what else is available here. URL, there we go. Okay, and then what I do for this URL is I take the URL of our list view. Okay. Oh, let's call it back. And the value is going to be that. Let's save as new version, save, and activate. There are definitely more elegant solutions than this. I'm going to do 28 and 29. Let's hit close. Test number 5. Next. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all. Okay, let's come back here. Edit. And let's take that URL. Can we... Oh, we can make it read-only. Let's see if that will do it. Okay. Test number 6. That does not look read-only. Okay, that didn't work. Let's take that URL one more time. Can I just grab it? There we go. And let's delete this. Delete. Come back here and let's put it in here. This is a better place to put it anyways. We're going to just paste it in there. We're going to go ahead and make it a hyperlink using this link button here. And do that. Save. And if we wanted to, we could actually make this, back. Click here to go back and do it that way. That'll actually be a lot nicer. Save, done. Save as new version. Save, activate. So what you can see is that doing things in Salesforce tends to be a very iterative process. Don't expect to get things right the very first time. This is also why it's so important to build in a safe environment like a sandbox or developer org or Trailhead Playground, because you wouldn't want your users to be using Salesforce and experience this type of things changing as they're working. Test number 7. And there you go. Pretty good, right? Definitely can be improved, but it's a good start. And I did it without searching or asking for support. So I get some points for that. So once again, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle and figuring this out. Hope you learned something. Please remember to like and subscribe so I can do more of these, because I got to catch up this year. Thanks so much, and have a great one.